Accomplishments don't matter if you're stagnant. You could have done big things in your life, but if you're not moving, you'll feel like a fraud, right? A lot of you guys get to like a really successful place, whether it's like, making your first 5K, 10K, and then you slow down, you're stagnant, or you don't even make that much progress because, you like the achievement you earned. But at the end of the day, accomplishments don't matter if you're stagnant, because if you're not making progress, you're not going to get to where you really want to go in life, right? Whether it's hitting your 25K months, 50K months, 100K months, or hitting 100K in a year, right? You could have made 100K, built business, got shredded, crushed goals, but if you're not currently pushing towards something, if you're coasting and flatlining, you'll start to lose respect for yourself. You start to feel like you're a bum, right? You'll feel it, the fog, the guilt, the drag. You won't feel as confident as before when you're actually like pursuing your purpose, waking up every single day at the correct time that you need to wake up, hitting a nice gym workout in the morning, eating very clean, whatever the case is, right? Your sense of self doesn't come from what you've done. It comes from how fast you're going right now. And that's why I really preach about, self mastery, internal mastery, really just pushing past your limits and really grinding and pushing as much as you can to get to where you truly want to go, right, in your life. Some people like to stagnate. Some people like to just coastline. Some people like to, just do jack shit with their life, which is completely fine. But that's, if you're watching this video, there's a reason why you're watching it, right? Progress gives you confidence. Even if you're broke, moving forward equals feeling powerful. If your goal is to make your first dollar online and you're taking real steps toward it every single day, sending messages like outbound messages, right? Cold outreaches or whatever the case is, building assets, improving your offer, really creating these next level content systems. You'll feel like a killer, even if you're broke, even if nobody knows you, even if you have zero clout. Your self worth builds off the momentum, not the outcome, guys. If you're moving forward, your brain starts respecting you again, right? If you're actually moving forward, you start to have more respect for yourself. And here's one thing, guys. Even if you're not making a lot of money in sales, let's just say, you actually put in 6 to 10 hours really understanding your frameworks, really doing like a lot of mock calls, or just doing a lot of like dials every single day. You'll build confidence like that because that's your worth ethic. And then, of course, once the opportunity comes, you're going to make loads of money. It's that simple. Stagnation kills self esteem. Stagnation feels like shame. Even if your resume is impressive, you skip the gym, you eat like shit, you sleep in, you let your standards slide, right? You could have done something massive 2 years ago. Maybe you could have started like a really like huge supplement brand or whatever the case is. But none of that matters now if you're dragging your feet now. Every day you let pass. Every day you let pass without effort, your confidence really drops from here to here. And no amount of past success could really cover that up, right? If you're doing jack shit every single day, playing video games, eating unhealthy, not hitting the gym, and doing all the things I mentioned earlier, dude, your self-esteem is going to be complete trash. And a beginner with momentum feels better than a pro who's actually stuck. That's me currently, I've actually felt this like a couple weeks ago where I would say have some success in sales, but I felt stuck and I felt like I was stagnant. I felt like I wasn't improving or anything at that. My confidence wasn't there, but now I'm starting to make those small incremental improvements and I'm starting to see some shifts. A beginner who just made his first $5 online feels way better about himself than a six-figure entrepreneur who's been coaching for months now, right? Why? Because the beginner is becoming someone. He's making moves, taking risks, evolving. The pro, he plateaued. He's watched instead of doing. He can feel it. You respect yourself when you're growing, not when you're reminiscing about the past. Oh man, I made my first 1K in a month, like fucking 5 months ago, bro. That was 5 months ago. Relax. Try hit your first 2K a month. Actually push forward for what you truly want, guys. Then this never ends. That's also another thing. You got to earn it daily. You got to show up every single day. You got to put in the work as much as you can. Self-worth is rented. It's due every day. There's no finish line. No point where you get to just, feel good forever. The second you stop evolving, your identity starts decaying. I felt this in the past, guys, when I started to, skip the gym, not eat healthy as much as I used to. I started to feel like, oh, wow, my mentality wasn't there. I wasn't feeling good overall. My habits weren't the best. And once I started implementing the gym again, I start to feel 10 times better. I start to feel more energetic. I start to have more confidence in myself. You guys got to earn it every single day. Push towards something, make something better, build something real. That's the only way to stay grounded, proud, and locked in, guys, right? When you stop progressing, your self-worth starts fading. It's super simple, guys. Come on, just put in the work, delay gratification as much as you can. Make today count. It changes everything. Fix past fix itself. So if you've been wondering why you feel off, it's not depression, guys. That's just a state of mind, right? You put yourself in that state of mind. If you're feeling depressed, it's because your certain habits brought you into that state of mind. You're visualizing certain things. You feel comfortable. You're not pushing yourself. You're not doing the right habits, and that's why you're in that state of mind. If you feel depression or even burnout, dude, burnout is not even real. I'm gonna be completely honest. I used to think burnout is real, but it's that state of mind you guys put yourself in. Oh, it's real, guys. It's freaking real. No, it's not, guys. If you generally are obsessive with becoming the best with your craft, you won't get burnt out because you'll make progress. You'll feel 10 times better once you are making progress. It's probably just because you stop moving, guys. You know, a lot of people feel burnout when they're not doing a lot of things and they get back to work and they feel like, oh, dang, this is a lot of work. But the reality is you lost your momentum there. So start stacking small wins again. Start rebuilding your momentum and you'll start seeing yourself differently real quick. This could literally change in 2 weeks or even a month or even 6 months. Really depends on how much work you're willing to put in, guys. So just remember to take it easy and everything will be fine. You guys got this. Peace.